Hello, chat. Happy Monday. Happy Kerbal Day. Well, let's be real. Every day is Kerbal Day here. Let's get this audio. Oop, too low. There we go. So, new music. I'm trying something new. I know people probably like the Kerbal music when it plays, but it doesn't often play. So just let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or whatever. Let's make sure everything is set up correctly. It appears to be. Hello, chat. It's me, Darshard0, your favorite streamer. That's probably a little presumptuous, but hey, thanks for coming anyway. VOD watchers, you are always appreciated. I like knowing that people are enjoying my content, even if it's not live. Speaking of live, let's head over to Kerbal Space Program, or as OBS calls it, a live scene. And today, as you guys know, we're bringing Val home. It's finally happening. It took us, I don't know, about 7 years to get her out of here, but so be it. Let's check up on her. She is in the Duna lander. And there she is. Navi and Valentina are our two Kerbals aboard this particular vessel. And one thing I need to do before we leave Duna, which according to my checklist here will be year 9 day 369. It's currently year 9 day 51, so we only have to wait about 300 days. But we also need to swing by the Dun station and pick up a couple of experiments. So let's take a look here. Let's base around Kerbal, we could do that one pretty quick. We want a Duna stone and we want blueberries, but I don't think you can grab a particular thing. So what we're gonna do instead is take a look here. I guess we're gonna orbit out. Beautiful. And there we go. Oop. Much. All right, which one of these is correct, I wonder? Let's see, 1 second. Yeah, that should get us closer, right? Let's zero this out, actually. Okay. So now we are just gonna slide the maneuver around and see. That's too far. I may have gone too far in a few places. All right, let's just do that. Set the maneuver alarm. No, don't delete it. No game. All right, you guys know what's coming. Ooh. Yikes. Sorry about that. Hope nobody got dizzy. I always forget how how crazy it gets when you're zoomed in like this. All right, there we go. Perfecto. Get rid of the maneuver now. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna get to here. Actually, I feel like I should push out my orbit a little bit. So let's do that first. Yeah. I think that's right. Basically, we want our orbits to be touching. Which it feels like they are or aren't? No. Okay, whatever, we're done. Let's just wait and see what happens. Also, okay, thrust is not limited. It's 100%. Things should be fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pass the intersect point and then we're gonna decide what to do from there. So away we go. All right. You guys can hear me. Good. I was worried that I had not unmuted the mic, but I can see the bar going up, which is good. That's what we want. Bar goes up. Approaching the intersect. And here we are. Oh, I should have been... Okay. For some reason, I thought that our orbit was the other way around. Now we want to slow down. I think. Yeah, we do. All right, perfect. So yeah, this should be a pretty easy rendezvous mission. We've got plenty of Delta V. Nothing to worry about. Just a nice routine. We don't have to dock. It's just gonna be a quick rendezvous. Grab whatever science we have. And then make sure we do still have a signal from Kerbal, which is important because we're going to want to send any extra science that we have on the Dun station and then load up any experiments that we don't need to bring back. And then everything left over, we will load it up. Hi, Amikins. It's okay that you're late. I don't expect people to be here right away. I'm not that kind of streamer yet where the room fills up before I even hit go live. Which is a thing. That is a thing that happens to some people. All right. We're just going around. Also, please, if you're just joining us, let me know how the music sounds. If you like the music, if there's any tracks that you hate, let me know and I can remove them from the list. But I thought I'd cast a wide net to start with and then narrow it down as we go. So we are approaching. Let's go ahead. Ooh, target. I'm going to try to do a little corral maneuver here. Yep. That's definitely a thing you can do in this game. Unfortunately, it does appear that we're still kind of far away due to the mismatched orbits. So this will take a bit of doing. Okay, we'll just burn directly at the target then. How about that? What are you gonna do, game? I mean, realistically, it's gonna cause problems. Ah, there we go. All right. Separation 0.4 is good. And we'll just keep an eye on it. The music sounds fine. All right, perfect. And I also increased the volume of my voice because I noticed when I was going through some of the old VODs, my voice seemed really quiet. That was especially the case when I looked over some of the ones that I did with Possibly an Alien, where her voice coming through Discord and then, you know, through the sound was louder than my voice, which isn't a problem in and of itself, but it made me realize how quiet my voice was relative to the rest of the stream. And I thought I would rectify that. So hopefully it's not too loud. I only boosted it by a tiny bit. And if it's still too quiet, I can boost it more. So I'll check the VODs after the fact and see how it sounds. Hanging out around Duna tonight. It's gonna be great. We're gonna load up on science. We're gonna time warp a bit. We're gonna head back to Kerbal. I didn't check how long it's supposed to take. So I don't know. I guess I could look it up again. I probably should write down the Delta V requirements just so I don't mess it up, you know? Okay, here it is. Looks like we're pretty darn close. We should probably fix that before we slam into it. Although we're not really on a trajectory that's going to collide with it, which is good. We do not want a repeat of Jeb. I've been extra careful ever since that happened. So don't even worry about it. And I don't, yeah, this thing doesn't have RCS. It's not designed to dock. It has the docking port only so it can transport the landing module. It's sort of like the Apollo, the modules, I guess. I don't know what they were called. Basically, you have the return capsule and then you have the landing, and then the landing stays behind and just the return capsule comes back to Earth. Or in this case, Kerbal. Now, obviously, if we were doing a Mars mission in real life, it would be a little more complex than a capsule with a big thing of fuel. You'd have to have habitation modules and food and all that stuff, life support. Kerbals, though, they're resilient. They're tough. They can survive on a handful of snacks and solar energy. As long as you recycle their water, everything's good. Although there are mods out there that add the life support stuff, which can be really fun. All right, so we're going the wrong way, aren't we, chat? Nobody tell him. Nobody tell him he's going away from the station. Okay, there we go. Now we're heading towards the station. Perfect. In fact, while we do that, I can actually go ahead and transmit all of our science. And that'll free up some lab space. Also, don't mind me, I'm gonna eat this cookie while it's still hot. Cool cookie. Still uploading, still uploading. Yep, it's uploading, all right. I don't want to time warp on account of, you know, the whole thing. So we're just gonna sit and watch it. Shouldn't take too much long. We're already 50% done. And I can eat my cookie. Wow. Let me tell you guys, Emmykins makes a mean chocolate chip cookie. That is fantastic. I would share it with you, but you know, it wouldn't be any good by the time it got to you. And it wouldn't fit through the internet tubes. So I can't send it that way either. A warm, well, it's not quite as warm as it was. I let it sit for a bit. But yeah, it's still good. Yeah, I'm just gonna shove it all in my mouth now. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, the lab's already full of data. Huh. Okay. I guess we're bringing the rest home ourselves. Oh, this one can probably go in. 48 data? No, that will not go in. Okay. Yep, that's a lot of science. Holy cow. We might just wrap up the whole tech tree when we get back. This is insane. Okay, yep. And we should have the blueberries. We do. Perfect. All right, back over. Oh, looks like we got a little out of sync here. Let's close in. And there we go. And then I think we'll just have Nabby EVA over there and grab the science. And everything will be muy bueno, which means muy good in Spanish. Or very bueno, one of the two. Alright, I think we can safely time warp now, since I'm on the approaching vessel. And I expect people will start trickling in any minute now, and I don't want to bore them with rendezvous maneuvers. But if it's not boring to you, or you have questions, let me know in the chat. I'm reading the chat constantly, and all I see is Emmykins. Alright, we're closing in. Still a ways off. Let's readjust. Here we go. Excellent. So the current plan for Kerbal streams is I'm gonna do at least this week, and then I'm gonna reevaluate this weekend and see if we're gonna keep going or if we're gonna dial it back to 1 day a week again. Because I've definitely been enjoying the continuity and getting stuff done, but at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are itching to see me play something a little less slow, maybe? I don't know what the best way to describe it would be. Something with a little more action, a little more adventure, or maybe a little more strategy. I've heard people want me to play XCOM. I know Ash really liked Dead Cells and Hades, 2 games that he is very good at, apparently. Not so much me. I'm, like I always say, I'm not much of an action gamer. I probably could be at least decent. I just don't have the time to put into learning those kind of games. With Kerbals, it's very forgiving. If you play on normal mode, there's reverts, quick saves, all that stuff. But certain games are very punishing. Oh, yeah, let's not break off the solar panels here. We do have a repair kit, but I'd rather not have to waste it on a dumb accident. So Nabby, hop off. Go grab yourself some sweet, sweet science. Okay. Nice and easy. Oh, you know what else I wanted to do, actually? I was gonna take off the docking port from this ship since we don't need it, and then put it where the other one was that broke off when we had the Kraken problem. Or robotics problem, however you want to describe it. Okay. Yep. Can you grab that, maybe? Yep. Go ahead and, there we go. Alright, now we're gonna make our way this way. Slowly. Very, very slowly. It is kind of frustrating that you can't maneuver while you're holding an item. But I guess it makes sense that, you know, you need those keys to rotate. Alright, we're getting there though. See if we can reorient ourselves a bit. Oh, yep, okay, we got it. Now we just need to put it up there, I guess. And we should be able to stop shortly. Perfect. Oh, we imparted some phantom forces, it seems. Let's fix that. Hold it. Hold everything. All right, Nabby, one more time, please. Looks a little off center there. Oh, we have to switch to construction mode. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Looking good. All right, now we're gonna grab a bunch of science. Just get a little closer. A little bit closer. Oh, there we go. Take data. Awesome. That's a lot of science. This is gonna be a great haul back at the KSC. I can feel it now. We're gonna hop back in the ship, And then, oh, we don't want to be in this mode anymore. Hop back in the ship and then get back out to a nice 100-kilometer orbit. And then we can plan our transfer burn from there. Oh. Okay, guess we have some extra science. Can we store experiments? No. So we have 3 extra experiments that we can take back, I guess. So one quick detour. The important thing was that we got the blueberries and we got the Duna rock. That's what we really needed to get, because we have missions for both of those. And then what else? Yeah, blueberry. Recover scientific data from the surface of Eve. Yeah, we still need to do that. That's an easy one though. We just need to pop into our probe. And then science data from space around Kerbal. That's a gimme, but it only gives you like 20 grand or whatever. It's not super profitable, but it is easy, which is probably more important in this game. Oh, Emmykin's trying to eat dinner. I see. Tell us, Emmykins, what are you having for dinner and why is it so delicious? Also, I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm super tired today because I woke up at like 4 a.m. Which happens sometimes. I don't know what causes it. But I'll wake up at 4 and I'll think, oh, I can just go back to sleep. You know, I've got 2 hours till I really need to get up. And so I lay there. I'm like, oh, you know, I'll just, I'm not that tired. Let me just check my phone. And then it all goes downhill from there. So I don't know why I even think that I'm going to go back to sleep. It never happens. Okay, so we're going to orient. There we go. See, I do like to have it oriented ports up and down. Just makes it a little easier for docking. Obviously, it's not that much of a deal when we're just holding position. But still. Control from there, perfect. And then back over here. And let's check the map. So we want to have a 100K orbit. Let's make sure we're not pointing directly at the station. We are not. And we're just going to burn. We want our apoapsis to be higher than that. What's going on here? There it is. So up to 90. All right, Emmykins has posted what she has for food in the chat. I will read it in a moment, but I'm sure it's delicious. All right, homemade pizza with Italian sausage, onion, and peppers. All right, cut the peppers out of there and we'll be good. With homemade dough and sauce. Homemade sauce even? Wow. Like you got the tomatoes and everything? I guess you get the, what are they called? Those fancy tomatoes that aren't really that fancy. They're from Italy. What are they called? Oh, this is gonna bug me. All right, Emmykins will probably tell me. Is it the San Marzano? Oh, and the homemade chocolate chip cookie for dessert. Yeah, which was excellent, by the way. All right, we're gonna time warp. And yeah, San Marzano, she says. Yeah, I've been told that's the best tomato for sauces and stuff, but I don't know anything about cooking, so all of my information comes from cooking YouTube channels, who suspiciously always seem to be sponsored by one of those meal prep kits. Suspicious. I wonder where their loyalties truly lie. To cooking at home or to just getting the food essentially delivered to you for twice the price? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna get our periapsis up. We'll wait a little bit more. So from 100 kilometers, that's sort of the default orbit for all the transfers. And with 4,000 meters per second of delta V, I don't think we're going to have any trouble. even if we mess up for a while, this is a lot more forgiving than our Eve vehicle ever was. And I believe this one had at one point the side fuel tanks, but you can't, it no longer has the little bits of the, wow, I'm totally blanking on what those things are called. Decouplers, the radial decouplers. You can't see the bits anymore, despite the fact that they were on there. All right, we're just gonna get our periapsis up to 100K. And then we're gonna head back to the KSC and we'll do a couple of missions. I will double check our transfer window and then we'll go ahead and time warp up to the time of the transfer and we'll be good to go. Back to the KSC. All right, so far I haven't heard any music that is particularly offensive, which is good. I did do a cursory listen through to most of these, and I cut out the stuff that was really like, oh, I don't want to say it was bad, it just wasn't meshing with the rest of the music. Okay, I think we can probably do this one. In fact, we might already have a thing in the right orbit. Let's take a look. We may have to adjust it a bit. That's the eye in the sky. So I guess we need to reduce our orbit a bit. And yeah, this is Xenon, so we've got, you know, 12,000 delta V ready to go. And I'm guessing the issue is going to be the apoapsis is too high or something. No. Yeah, we're too high. We need to be lower. I want to make sure that's the case before I do anything stupid. There we go. We're just going to drop our periapsis, and then we'll have to set a maneuver node once we get over there in the event that this is, in fact, not within the deviation that is allowed by the mission. Because the missions do tend to get kind of picky. Okay, yep. Oh, there we go. All right, looks like we got it. So we didn't actually need to worry about doing another one. So we'll just leave that as is. Back to the Space Center. Then we'll head to the Jeb Memorial Station, do a crew report from there. That'll give us that science. And then we'll head to Eve, do the surface probe. Jeb Memorial Station is here. All right, Emmykin says, I personally only think meal services like HelloFresh or Blue Apron is only worth it if you're someone who goes out to eat a lot and you're using them as a replacement. Yeah, probably, because it's cheaper than going out to eat, but not as cheap as doing your grocery shopping yourself, probably. Okay, crew report, transmit, and there we go. So that gives us, oh, 12,000. It's not even, I mean, it's still worth it for the science, like the little bitty bit of science that the mission itself gives us, but it's not like we had to do anything. Probably fine. Although maybe there should be a way to automate that. We'll see how the missions in KSP2 work. I'm really excited about that part of it as well. Colonization plus missions are kind of my specialty, because it's a career thing, right? So I want to do all the things that make it a career game, like a Sim City, or it's another good example. I guess any kind of business tycoon game. You have to balance your expenses versus your income, all that nerdy accounting stuff that I, for some reason, enjoy. All right, so we're gonna check on the Eve Inspector, which currently does not have eyes on Kerbal. I don't know, I generally have a thing about YouTubers getting sponsorships. I mean, I understand, like, they need to earn money, but at the same time, I don't know. It feels so soulless. I've said this before. It seems soulless, even if it's not really, you know? Okay, what is going on here? Why am I not? Shouldn't I be bouncing off the relay? Hold on. Okay, we'll wait for this particular one to come back around. Something must be going on with the Eve station too. Also, hey, look at that. Eve station. Prograde orbit, finally. It only took us how long? Also, I've been looking into sending a fuel ship out here. I think we're just gonna send like a huge tanker and fuel up everything and get it all done. And then we can also fuel up the Gilly miner, and that'll give us a little bit of extra as well. Okay, the question is here, are we still gonna have daylight by the time we have comms in range? Because as it stands, we should. There we go. All right. So let's grab a temperature report. Transmit. Look at this poor little probe. I feel so bad for it being stuck in the Explodium Sea, so close to land as well. Like, I put the legs on it and everything. Nope. Ooh, 100 grand. That's awesome. It just splashed down in the drink and it's gonna live here forever. Till I don't know, send a hunter killer missile to blow it up. Mission and missile are way too close. I'm just now realizing that. Plant flag, plant flag. Not gonna do those because we've had problems in the past. All right, next up. So that's gonna get knocked out. That's gonna get knocked out. That's gonna get knocked out. These are automatic. This is never happening. Science data from surface of the Mun. We could do a quick Mun mission and train up some astronauts. Hey, it's Vulcan. Hey, Vulcan Rider. Thanks for stopping by. Please let me know how you feel about the new music situation. I've made some adjustments, mostly by taking out the in-game music and replacing it with a playlist that Urban Venture helped me set up over the weekend. I don't think we need RTGs yet. Heavy aerodynamics we're never going to use, but we're going to have to unlock it. So the real big ones here are going to be metamaterials for the Rockomax HubMax multi-point connector, large volume containment, and very heavy rocketry for bigger rockets. In fact, let's just grab those right now. And we'll grab high performance fuel systems and metamaterials. There we go. Now I have no excuses. So I think it's about time that we designed a new Mun lander situation. Although the one we have is so nice though. We don't really need to mess with it if it's not broken. Although I don't remember what we called it. Was it just Mun lander? Yeah, Mun lander. Yeah, this is okay. Little funny looking. That's never stopped me before. Did I check out Jamendo? Not yet. I'm working my way through the YouTube library right now, which is apparently extremely extensive, but I do have Jamendo on the list to go through there. I know you've suggested that in the past. But yeah, it's a lot to take in all at once. I had never even considered curating a playlist for the stream, but you know, I've been watching Urban Venture so much, and his music is so fitting for his channel that I felt like I had to do something if I want to be on that level. Okay, so this all looks good. Suppose we can add some additional things, and we probably don't need this anymore. I'm gonna change that to orange to match. Okay. So this will be the new and improved updated Munlander. It's gonna have a seismometer, as well as a gravioli. Give me the formuoli. Oh, even for personal stuff, I don't really listen to music outside of, I don't know, for the 10 minutes a day that I'm taking a shower, I'll put on like some AC/DC or something. Okay. Oh, the Science Junior is a thing, which I have not even touched. It's so hard to find a good spot for it is the issue that I have. So you know what? Maybe that'll be our thing. We'll design a ship that can use Science Junior to its full effect. Yeah, not right now. Too much work. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to spend, 2 hours designing a new ship when we have one that is perfectly serviceable. All right. Oh, wow. Level 4 pilot, huh? And has not even been to Mun? All right. Well, Valbri, you're going to go level up. You're currently our most experienced pilot by promotion level. And who else do we need? I guess we could level up some scientists here. Because essentially what's going to happen is once we finish the tech tree, we're going to set it so any science we earn gets converted into money instead. So every piece of science that we get beyond that, unlocking the tech tree will just be money. All right, so we're going to send these guys out to Mun. They're going to do some experimentations. In fact, yeah, we'll bring that. Okay, let's pretend for a second here. Bear with me on this one, guys. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. All right, so let's say I did that. We got rid of the ladder because we don't really need a ladder. And then we added a cargo thing. Service bay. Ain't looking good. Okay, then we re-add the ladder. And the ladder looks good, but it doesn't actually take us where we need it to go, which is kind of a problem. Let's do this. So that closes. I think we just need to rotate this. And absolute. Perfect. That looks great. Oh, wrong one. And we do that. We extend those out. We can actually move those up a bit. And then finally, we add another ladder, which can be used to get down. Although now that's, oh, nope, it's too much. Then we just use this. No, God, keep clicking on the wrong things. Very frustrating. Okay, get that out of here. Extend you. That looks good. And then another one. All right, that looks like it'll work. Okay, now we're talking. So the purpose for the service bay, we're gonna open that up and we're gonna put the Science Junior inside of that. Like so. That way it doesn't cause any problems for us. We can just run the experiment from in there, we yank it out, and then we ship it off. And we'll have the scientist on board so they can always reset it. Anything else? I do not think so. We have antenna, which we don't really need. We don't need any cargo space. We've already done the experiments. I think there's one more that we can do, but it's not really worth setting up at this point. We'd have to bring an engineer and it's a whole thing. All right. So I'm going to call this one good. Although I am a little concerned about the fuel situation. We're at 1.43 thrust to weight. Let's bump that up just a smidge. An extra tank here. And that's much better. A little more confident in that. Also, let's make sure if we're on the MUN, we have enough delta V. 28, 25. Yeah, that should be fine. So this gets us into orbit and then starts the transfer burn. We decouple and let it crash into the surface. Then we switch over to our landing and return engine, whatever you want to call it. And then finally we splash down with just that upper capsule section. So everybody should be aboard. We got the scientist, we have the pilot. And I don't think there's anything, engine, blah, blah, blah. No, that's correct. We can turn off monoprop, which I don't care about. And I don't think we need batteries, it's fine. All right, it's all good. Let's get going. MUN lander. Where should we land, chat? The MUN is still kind of unexplored. I think I've done most of the equatorial craters. I haven't done the canyon yet, so we could do the canyon. We do need to keep an eye on the time, though. We've got like, how many? 300 days? Yeah, we should be fine. All right. Put everything the way I like it. Valbree's good. We got two fun little scientist fellas, Sonlock and Hankin, which sound like fan fiction romance things. Ships. They sound like ships. But I'll let you try to figure out who is being shipped with who in that situation. Sonlock and Hankin. Alright, for some reason we're getting weird effects here. I hope I didn't screw something up on construction. It might just be a little unstable because it's so big. And I don't know how effective the gimbaling is going to be when it's this long. All right, so we're just rolling with it. Pretty smooth launch so far, no tipping. It's nice and aerodynamic. Obviously the little landing legs sticking out are kind of the problem, but I think we'll be okay. Let's tip a little bit more. Yeah, we've been following a nice curve here. And keep in mind that this is going to run out, and then this is the bit that puts us into orbit and gets us started on our transfer to MUN. Okay, we need to turn a little more. Yeah, this has been really solid. I wish it was a little more aesthetically pleasing up top. Maybe a fairing would be in order, but I think it's a nice solid, I don't want to say starter ship because it requires quite a few unlocks, but it's a good thing to shoot for early game as an upgrade from the traditional Toyota Corolla lander that everybody uses. All right, there we go. Now it's time to switch. There we go. And that is just gonna push us. Oh, I'm now realizing that the thrust to weight on this is not great. But you know what? That's okay. Not everything has to be perfect. And it really only needs to push us up into a vacuum. And the thrust? No, the thrust is not going to go up anymore, I don't think. Well, maybe a little bit. I think it'll go up to 250. But it's based on functioning in a vacuum. Ooh, that's a nice one. It's kind of reminds me of the Sector 7 music, the Slums, Final Fantasy 7. Anybody know that one? I don't know how I would describe it other than that. It's got like the beat. Yeah. Good launch music, at least. And we're just gonna keep on burning. Music to spend all your Delta V to. So, yeah, we're gonna have our apoapsis in space here shortly. And at the rate we're going, we should be mostly circularized by the time we get there. We need 860 to get us to Mun. Then I think about 500 to circularize. So this might actually get us there and circularize, which would be great. It'll save us a lot of trouble in the long run. And then we'll have the whole top section to do the landing and the return. Which is always kind of the scariest part with Mun, because like it's easy to get there and land. Then you got to make sure you have enough to get back. And since we're going to be landing in presumably the crater, or not the crater, the canyon, we'll have to be extra careful with our maneuvering once we're down there. And I think that's probably high enough for apoapsis. Take a nice swig of my big jug here. Hope everybody's staying hydrated on this Monday. Gotta fuel up for the long work week ahead. Unless you don't work, and then, I don't know, do whatever you want, I guess. Alright, so we are pointing prograde. Let's check the map here. Yeah, oh, we can probably not do that. Yeah, I think path is probably the most useful one for us here. And getting closer. I think when we're about 50 seconds out, we can probably hit the gas again, or maybe 30 seconds is better. So, I think I've made you guys wait long enough. It's time to share the movie that we watched over the weekend. So as you guys know, Sunday night is movie night here in the Star Shard household. And last night, Emmykins picked the movie Ed Wood from 1992-ish, I think. Starring a relatively young Johnny Depp before he went crazy. Directed by Tim Burton, of course. And what else? Sarah Jessica Parker's in there for a bit. Some other folks. Oh, Bill Murray's in it. Anyway, it's the story, for those of you who don't know, of famed B-movie schlock master. I don't want to say schlock master. He made just a bunch of bad movies. Ed Wood, who you may know for his film Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is a cult bad movie classic, kind of like The Room for a more modern example, or Troll 2 for kind of an in-between. And it was a funny movie. It was good, and it's very stylized. A lot of interesting stuff going on. A lot of stuff that I didn't know, and I learned something. So it was both entertaining and educational, which I think is all you can ask for from a piece of media. I hope that my Kerbal content is also educational and entertaining, or at least one of the two. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask. As you guys can see, we've gone ahead and almost gotten ourselves into a nice orbit here around Kerbal, and we'll be launching for the Mun relatively soonish. So right around here probably will be our maneuver, but we will set that up just to make sure. Here we go. Yeah, I told you I enjoyed Ed Wood. Well, was I not supposed to enjoy the movie you picked out? Like out of spite or something? Okay. Here we go. So there's ooh, that's a really close one. Right on the equator too. That's beautiful. So there we go. There's our maneuver. And we'll just warp ahead to when we can actually do that. So we'll spend most of our Delta V doing that. We'll spend the rest to circularize, and then we'll just let this stage crash into the Mun. Slowing it down. So the burn time is 1:22. So we're going to want to get to, let's see, do the math, 41 seconds. And at 41 seconds, we'll burn and we'll just go. Oh, okay. I mean, kids just trying to make conversation. Well, you know, it's working. Thanks a lot. Yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it. It was funny. I now have to pick a movie for next week. And I haven't even gotten started on it yet. I have a few ideas, but I don't know which one I'm going to go with just yet. Which reminds me, speaking of good ideas, tomorrow is Tuesday, which, as you know, is my collaboration stream with possibly an alien. Tomorrow, she will have custody of the stream, so we'll be over there on her channel tomorrow. And tomorrow, we're taking a bit of a detour from our normal weird internet stuff, although it will be a little weird, some of the examples that we have. We're going to be looking at internet videos on YouTube. Which, yeah, I know that sounds kind of lame, right? Like, you can just do that in your off time, but you don't understand. We're going to be reacting to funny internet videos, which is a totally original idea that I came up with and did not steal from any other streamers. So if you're interested in that, stop by tomorrow, Tuesday, same time, different channel, links down below or wherever on the schedule. And if you're not already following Possibly an Alien, then I don't know what to tell you. I guess go follow her right now. I think she's playing Mass Effect tonight. In fact, I know she's playing Mass Effect tonight because I was just over there. And I assume she's still doing it, even though I haven't checked since then. All right. Well, we're almost out to where our trajectory says we need to be. Ooh, this is a fun one. Kind of spacey. I like it. I like it. I did actually, when I was picking things to play, I specifically looked for anything that had anything to do with space, planets, or stars. So that's kind of the theme here, is space / science fiction stuff. In case you're wondering. I initially thought of just going with music that I liked rather than having a cohesive theme, but then I'm like, you know, I'm gonna be playing this for Kerbal streams. I should probably have some kind of science fiction bent towards it and not just random music all over the place. Okay, let's set the sphere of influence change thing here and warp it up. Yeah, we'll need to calculate how much it'll take to circularize, but that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, it'll be a problem if it's too much. Okay, it's not going to be that much. That's actually really good. So there we go. And we're off. All right, so here's what I'm leaning towards for my movie night this weekend. We can have a little movie conversation here. I want to watch the best funny Adam Sandler movie. So put your suggestion down in the chat. What is the best comedy Adam Sandler movie. And why? I know what my favorite funny Adam Sandler movie is. And unfortunately, we cannot watch 8 Crazy Nights because it's not even close to Hanukkah. So, oh, Happy Gilmore, Urban? Hi, Urban. You think Happy Gilmore, really? I guess I can't argue with that too much. It's like a legitimately funny movie. I was leaning towards The Wedding Singer for my pick, but only because I watched that movie so much as a kid and thought it was pretty good. And I'm only kind of now realizing as an adult that my parents are the kind of people who would find Adam Sandler movies funny. And that's, I don't know, that might explain a lot. Also, Urban, tell me how the music is. I went on today. I got a big list of songs, and I just kind of figured I'd play through all of them and see if anything jumped out as particularly bad to remove. I'm not playing the whole, don't worry, I'm not playing the whole list of YouTube songs. I curated a list. It's playing now, and if anything comes up that is particularly out of place, I'm just gonna pull it off of the list. Like, this one's kind of scary, but I think it fits the space theme. It's kind of like got Dead Space vibes to it, or Alien Isolation, which I don't know. For the bleakness of space is probably appropriate, but at the same time, it's not a horror game. Okay, so we are facing the right way. This is going to be a 23-second burn. I think we can time warp up there. Trying to make it, but it's cool and creepy. Oh, that's true. Yeah, how is the audio on your guys's end? Because to me, it's coming up about halfway on the green. But I noticed when I was listening to the VODs that my voice seemed kind of quiet compared to the rest of the stream. So I just want to make sure that everything sounds good for you guys. Also, what is this one called? This is called Hostile Planet. Hostile Planet. In case anyone is interested in the name. And yeah, I definitely get that vibe. Hostile Planet. It's perfect. Might be a hard one to judge as it's very subtle. Yeah, it's one of those more ambiance type music things, right? Like a haunted house spook track. All right, we are approaching our maneuver. Get ready to rock it, like Herbie Hancock. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna go for the canyon. Here we go. Oh, wait, no, game, no. I had it right the first time. For some reason, I thought I was going prograde. But no, I needed to go retrograde. I should have waited to have, well, I don't know how many people are in chat. I'm trying to make conversation so people who are in chat can feel like they can participate. But I already talked to Urban about it. He says he has not seen Ed Wood. Despite the fact that he is apparently a movie buff. That seems right up your alley because it's about a movie guy. Okay, so with 183 meters per second, I think we're just gonna go for the landing here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll do something like that. And then once we're over the far side crater, we'll tweak our angle a bit. Here we go. It is kind of sad, but at the same time, there's so many so many movies that I haven't seen that I can't really say much. All right. All right. I've come around on this one. I think I'm going to take this one off the list. Next. Too spooky for me. Not sure about Buff. There are lots of big movies that I've missed. Yeah, but you watch like art house stuff, right? I think that's more of the mark of a movie buff than seeing the big stuff. You've seen Citizen Kane, I'm sure. You know, Orson Welles was only 26 when he made that. Feel old yet? All right. Here we go. So we can see the crater. We have visuals on the crater. Let's go ahead and get our trajectory to mostly line up with that and burn off the rest of our delta V from this particular stage. You haven't seen it yet, but you have seen Touch of Evil, which is the second. Oh. Well, you better get on that then. But have you seen The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise? A true modern masterpiece. All right, here we go. We've burned off all the delta V. We're gonna go ahead and ditch this guy. And then from here on out, I shoot without a script. That's not true. There's definitely a script involved. You saw the trailer where they only had the sound effects playing and that was magical. Oh yeah. It was just one of the audio tracks, or like several of the audio tracks were missing. Yeah. Good times. How does that even happen? How do you release a trailer that messed up? Why did they even have that? You're a film guy. Can you explain this? Okay. I think that's gonna get us more on track with what we want. Yeah, the issue with landing in the canyon is, of course, it's not a flat landing site, so you have to be very careful about picking the right spot. So maybe right around here would be good, but I can't tell until I'm a little closer. We'll have to see. I feel that comment was designed to make you mad. Oh, the Tom Cruise Mummy one? Okay, Urban, have you seen the classic Mummy, or at least the Brendan Fraser one? Wait, okay, this is spooky too. It's less spooky though. I think I can work with this one. It says calm, ambient calm, so that's probably fine. All right, so let's check our actual altitude here, and yeah, we're gonna want to slow down a bit. We are coming in hot over this canyon here. We got to be extra careful. And we don't want to overshoot it either, because that would kind of kill our whole plan for landing down here. You've seen the 90s one, but not the 30s one. I'm sure Emmykins will highly recommend the 30s one. And I've seen it. Well, she's made me watch it, and it's pretty darn good, so I think you can probably watch it on one of or more streaming services. Okay, so I hope we're still in the canyon, because I may have gone too far in a few places. But hopefully this little bit here counts. Maybe we can do crew report? No, that's not gonna help. So we'll just drop down now. Vulcan Rider hates Tom Cruise movies. There's only one that you really enjoyed, and that was before he became a self-inflated pinhead. Who you call him Pinhead? Oh, that might be a good sound clip as well, but save that for a different day. What movie is that? we're getting a little close here. Gotta keep an eye on these numbers. Not trying to crash our landing vessel here. And yeah, we should have plenty of Delta V for the rest of this, so let's just be extra careful and make sure that we are landing in a nice flat spot. This looks like a nice flat spot. Flat-ish, I guess I should say. Okay. All right. So yeah, if we can maybe try to find some relatively flat areas up here. Oh, okay. Ooh, slow down. Let things get a little out of hand there. All right, so we're gonna want to go up more. Can maybe scooch up this way a bit. Yeah, this is kind of steep. Take it nice and easy. No need to rush. Got plenty of Delta V here. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, it was close. Okay, there we go. Yikes, I'm having some issues here, Chad, if you can't tell. Cause yeah, this is a bit of a okay, I think we got it. Nope, we don't got it. Huh. Okay. Maybe we go up more? I think we have to. Like up to the side here. It's not great. There's really no good spot to land here. I think we might need to go further this way. Yeah, I've definitely landed here before, and it's a huge pain in the butt. But it'll be worth it for the extra science, I think. Okay, we're gonna go south a bit. I went to Vulcan Rider driving school, huh? I mean, I haven't crashed yet, so that's probably a bonus. All I need to do is find a nice flat spot, and I have enough Delta V to do it. Okay. This looks more promising. Yeah, this is much better, I think. Okay. Yep. Better. Much better. Okay. Whoop. Yeah, let's leave the SAS on, huh, guys? We'll let the craft slide into a nice position here. It's still going. Don't worry, chat, we got this. Wonder if it'd be worth... No, it's probably better to go for like a more stable configuration. You're gonna tell your kids this was Luna Lander? Like the game? If this was the game, I'd have much more RCS involved. Alright, so let's conduct a material study. You know what I just realized that I did not bring a mystery goo container. Log the temperature, log the seismic data. And yeah, we are in the canyons, thank goodness. Transmit the data. That'll give us our transmit data from the surface of the Mun. We should actually check if we have a flag mission lined up before I do anything else. What happens if I turn SAS off? Okay, not really much of anything. So I'm actually, what I'm going to do here, are these, oh, okay, remove from symmetry. I'm actually going to go ahead and mess with these to try to kind of adjust how it's sitting. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Remove from symmetry. I screwed it up. That was me. Okay, there, that's better, I think. Yikes. All right, I think we got it. Wow. So yeah, remove from symmetry, very important before you do that. I'm on just Mun right now. As you can see. We're just here on Mun. We're on the far side. We're in the canyon biome. And looks straight up and down now. I think we can probably, yeah, that's it as much as possible. This is probably be a little bit more. This could probably be a little bit less. All right, that looks good. Can actually go ahead and extend this. And we'll head back to the Space Center now. Your favorite arcade game is Luna Lander. Really? How old are you, Urban? Didn't we talk about this? My favorite arcade game is not Tropic, Hydro Thunder. Plant flag on the Mun, yes. Free money. Rescue Tandan from orbit of the sun. Not happening. And then the rest of these are just never gonna get done in time. Yeah, I know your actual age. I just mean, is Luna Lander even an arcade game? Have you ever been to an arcade? The last time I ever went to an arcade that I remember, I would have been like 14. Alright. Alright, which one of you lucky Kerbals is gonna get to plant a flag? I guess Valbry has done such a good job so far. We should probably let her, uh-oh. Oh right, she's the pilot, so there's no SAS now. It's probably fine. Although I do now realize that she can't actually get on this ladder, which is kind of a problem. Oh god. Grab it. Grab it. Okay, you know what? Never mind. So we can probably get up, we just can't get down easily. They had arcades when I was 14. Yes, I think they still have arcades. They're just not as popular. All right, so this is Canyon. And of course, Valbry was here. Winky face. Good work, Valbry. Let's get some surface samples. Samples in this location are striated. It is possible that the surface is fractured in this location. Do an EVA report. Okay. Got all that. And then I'm going to go extend the ladder. I need to go grab the EVA science kit that I forgot to grab. And I missed that. So Valbry, if you could just climb up the ladder, that would be great. Up, up, up. Really? What is the point of having a ladder if I can't? There she goes. All right, I guess we're just gonna use the EVA pack. Well, that's good info. So we can just ditch the ladders altogether, probably. Okay. grab it. Board. And we'll actually just let one of the scientists do this. So Sonlock, I like your name. I like the cut of your jib. Let's get you out here. So we're gonna swap out the parachute for the RCS pack. What's the point of having a ladder when you can just faceplant in the moon dust? Yeah, exactly. The thing with ladders is they're only useful on certain planets. And when you're designing a craft for those planets, you have to be kind of particular about how you do it. All right, well, that works, I guess. Oh, okay, I guess it does not work. Never mind. For some reason. There we go. Collect the data, restore. Good scientist. I guess it at least kind of worked this time. All right, so he is now going to go ahead and do some surface science with the EVA kit. All right, we're going to see how far he can launch a golf ball here. All right, let's launch it. Pew. Sit down. Sit down. I can't even see where it went. It went somewhere. Oh, we get nothing? All right, never mind. That was pointless. Well, the thing about the Mun is the gravity is so low, you could probably fall from that height and be just fine if the bit covered in Mun dust. Yeah, I don't think we need any rock samples. We've already done that. So we'll just go ahead and 69.
69, dudes!
Beautiful. Thanks, Bill and Ted. True geniuses of our time. Very unappreciated. All right, in we go. I think we can just head back now. Let's pack up the ladders. And we can actually just leave those open. Oop, okay, let's just get out of here. That's enough time spent on Mun for one day. Miles and miles and miles. Not to be confused with the Sonic character Miles Tails Prower. Oh, that reminds me. I still need to read fan fiction on the stream at some point, right? Do you guys have a preferred universe or whatever you want me to read? We could do Sonic. We could do Steven Universe. We could do Naruto. You guys like Naruto, right? Wait, is there more canyons over here? I think there might be. That's pretty cool. Let's get some more science while we're up here. No, useless. I guess we'll take it, whatever. It's free science. 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 All right, that's enough science. And yeah, we'll just keep rolling here. It's easy to forget how underpowered this is compared to like the Poodle. I was wondering why it was taking so long to slow down. And it is because I'm using a Terrier instead of the typical Poodle for the 2.5 meter stuff. But I think this is probably more efficient in the long run because it is lighter. And I don't know if the ISP is higher because this is 345. I don't remember what the Poodle is off the top of my head. Terrier is a much better engine. Yeah. If it gives you the right thrust. Otherwise, it's, you know, you're going to crash with no recourse. Oh, okay. Well, I may have gone too far in a few places again. That's okay. So yeah, it looks like the canyons actually do continue for a bit. Let's take a look here. So yeah, so we landed back here, but they continue on. a decent way. Good to know for future stuff. All right, team. Hankin, hop out. It's your turn to do some EVA stuff. Think we can get the gravity data. No. Take data. Maybe do an EVA report. Useless. Go ahead and grab the science out of the science junior. And back in you go. I think that's all that we needed. Yeah. All aboard. What happened to the EVA science stuff? That's kind of buggy, isn't it? Yeah, whatever. So, our burn, and Vulcan, if you're watching, this might be helpful for you. If you're still trying to do MUN related stuff. So if you're going prograde around the MUN, you want to burn around here to get back. And in this case, I'm not going to worry too much about super efficiency, but let's see how much it's going to take us to get back. So if we just need to aero brake, it's a little bit much. I typically shoot for like below 25,000 just to make sure everything disappears. So it's about 280 meters per second once you're in orbit. And it'll get you there. So here we go. We're heading up to our maneuver. And that was a quick and easy MUN mission. And now that we've taken care of that, we can go ahead and fast forward to the main event of the night, the Duna Return. Which I know I have been eagerly awaiting for several sessions now. I'm sure you guys are excited to see a Jewel mission. So we're gonna put that together. Probably not tonight. We'll maybe do some theory crafting, but the main thing is going to be getting Val and whoever her engineering partner was on that mission back from Duna. Okay, I think we can just go ahead and burn now. Burn, burn, burn. Drink water. And pretty soon, we'll be back on Kerbal with some freshly upgraded scientists, I think. Although we might have to send these guys to Minmus first, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Once they're on a station with a science lab, you can level them up on the way. And it's not a huge deal. So yeah, once that periapsis drops below 25,000, I'm actually going to slow down so I don't overshoot. Perfect. And then the rest is the easy part. Yeah, that is done. We'll get around to planting a flag on Ike eventually. And then the blueberries are coming back. Yeah, everything else looks like it's gonna work pretty well. So would you guys like to hear what game I've been playing recently that I dug up out of my Steam library? Because I don't have to tell you if you guys don't want to know. I can just keep it to myself. But it's not space related at all. It's not simulation related. It's obviously not Kerbal related. It is in fact the... I don't want to say classic because it's not really a classic. It's called Thea the Awakening. And it is a sort of 4X, sort of role-playing, sort of colony management game. Yeah, colony management's probably not the right word for it. I guess like a 4X RPG is the best way to describe it. That is loosely based on Slavic folklore. So it's very different from the typical fantasy that I think we mostly see. There's a lot of cool Easter eggs if you're familiar with that culture. And it's just a fun game. So if you like any of those words, 4X, RPG, Slavic, check it out on Steam. I think it's pretty cheap. You thought I was gonna say Hateful Boyfriend? Well, I wouldn't tell you guys if I was playing that. I'd probably stream that actually, if I was gonna play it at all. I think it's safe for Twitch, despite its adult subject matter. I also played a game of Monster Prom over the weekend with Emmykins, and she seems to really like that game way more than I do. I can take it or leave it, but she's been super into it. All right, here we go. Separation in 3, 2, 1, separate. And we are entering the atmosphere now. So let's prepare. All right, there's that thing flying away, burning up. We're gonna let our heat shield do all the work. Yeah, we believe you. I don't even have that game. I should probably check it out, because it's one of those, you know, funny meme games. But I honestly don't typically play those. I probably should, just to keep on top of stuff. I never played Untitled Goose Game, which I know was big for a while. What else was everybody playing? Stuff like Goat Simulator didn't interest me. I think I have kind of eclectic taste in video games. I don't want to say refined, because that implies a level of me being better than other people, which is definitely not the case, because there's way too many video games to say one type is specifically better than others, except for Fortnite. We can all clown on Fortnite, or maybe Roblox. I don't know where I'm going with this conversation. I'm just trying to talk about video games while I re-enter here. But anyway, Thea the Awakening, check it out, or the sequel, Thea 2 The Shattering. You might enjoy that style of game. Maybe watch a video or two. Let me know what you think if you do try it out. I bought it a long time ago. I don't remember how it got recommended to me. I assume because it's a strategy game. Steam is like, hey, you like XCOM, you might like Thea the Awakening. And it doesn't really play like XCOM. The battle system is actually a card game, which might have been what got me into it, because I love some card games. You're a weirdo that obsesses on one game at a time. I mean, that's legitimate too. There have definitely been times where I've gone, you know, several months just playing one game. It depends on the game and depends on a lot of factors. Hey, look at that. We're almost back. Like, I'm trying to think of some games that I obsessively played. X-Pirates, of course. I always bring that up every chance I get. But that's a mod for classic XCOM, so it's not quite the same. I guess if people think of the Long War mods as separate games, then it's pretty much on par with that. Alright, so once the parachute deploys, we can probably jettison the heat shield, just to be safe. Back in the day when you played board games. I have so many board games that I don't get to play. It bums me out. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I had the Pokemon board game, and I could never get anyone in my family to play it because they only ever wanted to play Monopoly. In fact, they didn't stop playing Monopoly until I introduced them to Forbidden Desert in like 2010. So these people, these crazy people, were playing Monopoly for like a lot of years before I introduced them to a good co-op board game that they could all play together and not make a scene. All right, looks like we're good. I don't know how anyone enjoys Monopoly. Unless maybe you're a masochist or a sadist, one of the two. I think any game where you have to roll dice to move is probably not the kind of game that I want to play. And maybe Clue, but I think Clue that is an optional rule. Because it kind of screws you if you don't roll high enough to get to a room. So Clue, Chutes and Ladders. Candyland is kind of like rolling. Like drawing a card out of a deck is basically the same thing as rolling. But yeah. Nope, I can't think of any games. I don't even think I have any games where you roll to move. I do have games where you roll. Machi Koro comes to mind. That's kind of like Settlers of Catan, which I don't have, but I have played, and that involves rolling as well. But again, it's not rolling to move, it's rolling to make something else happen. Vulcan Rider had Air Force / Dauntless, which was one of the first board games to introduce play in 3D. Okay, how does that work? I guess it has like little thingies you put the planes on or something. Oh wow, that's a lot of science just for going to the Mun. Okay then. And we got back 7,400. Not a bad deal. New orbital station. No, we're not doing that. All right, guys, I think it's fine. The time has finally come here. Let's check our people. We have so many people. Where's Bill? Bill is on Eve Station. Why did I put Bill on Eve Station? And Bob is out on the Mun Station. Might be worth grabbing him at some point. But I'll worry about that later. The board was 2D, but then you kept a log that contained your altitude. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. All right. So I am going... Oh, wait. All the music stopped. What the heck? Did I play through all my songs? No. There we go. I guess it stops at the end of the page. Urban, if you're wondering, I haven't downloaded them all yet. I just am playing them on YouTube. Okay. So I need the transfer window calculator. I should just bookmark this. What's wrong with me? Okay, so we are going from Duna to Kerbal. No insertion burn. And the year is day 950, I think. All right, let me write this down. Oh. Okay, making a mess. Don't mind me. And the delta V is going to be 569, dude. So around 570. Oh, wait, that's a completely different one. Oh no. Why did it change, chat? Don't tell me this. Yay, that's not great. I wonder why it changed. Okay, well, you know what? We'll just, we'll keep rolling with it here. And we'll see if the phase angle is still correct. All right. So what was the time? Say transfer window for Duna to Kerbal. Year 10, day 200. No, that's not right. All right, I guess I'm just gonna manually do it. It's fine. I know what it needs to be, so we'll just roll with it. And we're racking up asteroids while we go here. Is it day 369? I think Duna needs to be here. So what the heck? Maybe I put in Eve and I screwed this up. Because yeah, I don't know that we're going to have the right phase angle here. Ooh, we finished. Hang on. Let's check on that. So we got 172,000 and 46,000 respectively. See if we got any new missions we can snag here. Rescue Samner. Ooh, that's tempting. Science data from Surface of Ike. I'm pretty sure we're bringing some back. Science data from Surface of Minmus we can do real quick. Comet. I don't really want to do a rescue mission tonight. We got 5 years, so we might as well grab it. Better check on where he is, though, now that I think about it. All right, Samner, where are you at? All right, low Kerbal orbit is fine. We'll just leave him up there for a bit. And then we'll swing by the not the Min station, the Min base. Not that one. Min base, there it is. So yeah, so far the music, I think aside from that one that I took out, it's been pretty low key, not super distracting. Hopefully that remains to be the case. Oh, we have lots of science here. Holy cow. Transmit science, please. Oh, I should probably go through and unlock a bunch of stuff. Well, I don't think we have enough actually. We'll just wait. My main concern is, oh, it's done. Do we have any extra stuff here? I don't even know. Can you get stuff from the surface, or it just has to be a vacuum? Okay. I guess it doesn't work. How about this one? Hey, we can process that. How about this stuff? Oh, it is. Oh, the lab is full of data again. Holy cow. We're chock full of data, guys. This is great. And there's an extra 38 grand for us. Music seems somewhat between Muzak and jazz. Yeah, all the stuff that I kind of gravitated towards, no pun intended, was space ambiance music. So my main thing that I'm doing tonight is listening to everything as it plays and seeing if there's any conflicts. Something sounds weird or doesn't match the tone of the stream. And so far I've only had to take out one that was a little too intense. Is it still going? It is. There we go. Ooh, this is a good one. This one's called Mission to Mars. Very on brand. Okay. And yeah, this one's a little more hip-hoppy. Okay. So originally the schedule was day 369. I'm kind of not seeing that now. Well, maybe. No, definitely not. No, there's still another 100 days. Anything can happen. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, we finished the comets again for another 42 grand. We're just racking up the money here, guys. I should probably get around to upgrading the rest of the space center too. That poor runway over there. All right, so we'll grab the comets and we'll adjust the orbit of our eye in the sky. Yeah, we could do that one too. Yeah, why not? That one too. Totally okay with that. So let's grab the eye in the sky telescope And we will adjust our orbit here to match. Oh, shoot. We might... Oh, okay. We might need to launch a couple of extra telescopes, it looks like. Because I'm just now seeing that they want them in way different spots than I currently have. But yeah, so as far as the music goes, Urban showed me that the YouTube library is full of free music that anyone can use. So I just kind of dove through it today at work, found a handful of things that I like, threw them on a list, and that's what we're listening to now. And let's adjust the orbit. Yeah, we need to get one out here. No, wait, is this right? Yeah, this is like just farther out than we currently are. Although that's on the other side of Kerbin's orbit from where we are now. And then they want one like way down here near Moho's orbit. That'll be a pain. But with the Xenon, I think it's probably fine. You know, how many thousands of Delta V do you need to get down to Moho? I honestly don't know. I have to check. Okay, music. Hello? I think this one... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I really need to download these to keep there from being any lag. Oh, did I get it? I think I got it. No, I did not. Not quite there yet. Trying to get this blue one. It is circling around here. Okay, yep. So what is the periapsis? 10,006. So we need to get below 11,000 at least. Also, guys, how is Alien stream going tonight? It was pretty bumping when I was over there before I started. And Mass Effect seems to be a fun time for everyone. Never played past the first mission of 1. So maybe that's something I'll have to do in the future. But I don't know. I have 1 and 2. I don't have 3. I'd have to get 3. And I've heard the ending's not great, so I'd feel kind of cheated if I played a great couple of games and then got to the end and was like, oh, okay, that's it. Okay. Still not quite there yet, but we're working on it. And then the question is, do we attempt to reposition, or do we just let this satellite be here and then we'll send out 2 more satellites to their other respective positions? So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to do a maneuver down here at periapsis. Yeah, we'll just add that. Actually, no, we don't need a maneuver. We need a... Get that out of here. We need an alarm. Like 10 minutes. Okay, then. So back to the Space Center we go. Tick tock, tick tock. And are we back? We're back. Plant flag on the Mun. Yeah, we're not doing that right now. All right. Back to watching our orbits change. And I'm hoping I didn't get the wrong information, but I'm starting to think that I may have, as far as the transfer window goes. So yeah, well, maybe. It's almost to 90 degrees. But I think this would be a transfer to Duna, not back, unless they're the same. Let's just try it out. I guess worst case scenario is it is in fact incorrect and we have to go around again. Which would suck for Valentina, but for us it's just, you know, a time warp away. It's not like there's a time limit on the campaign yet. Okay. So the thing says we're trying to go in. So it said how much? 569. So that seems right. Set the target there, and we'll tweak it a bit. We want that to go lower. Oh, that's as low as it's gonna go, huh? Okay. Oh. Ah. Game, why did you lie to me? You told me there was no transfer window here when there clearly is. In fact, the transfer window is so good that I can't see it. Okay. There it is. All right, we got it. So about 600 delta V, which is totally fine. I can work with that. And hopefully this time we don't have any issues with the sphere of influence changing on us. Yeah. Oop. Okay. Uh-oh. Do we get a Ike encounter or something? No? What the heck's going on here? Game. It's doing it again, chap. Okay. Let's fix it. I'm kind of tempted to just go for the mid whatever correction. We should have 4,000 delta V is not something to sneeze at. Oop. What? We had it like a second ago. What the heck is going on here? Okay, there it is. All right, we'll tweak it just a bit more, but I don't want to go too crazy because we've seen what happens. Yeah, that happens. Really, game? Like I get the encounter and then it freaks out. Ah. You guys remember we had to do this last time? Kerbal encounter, 320 days. All right, that's what we want. All right, I'm just gonna leave that as is, and we will tweak it as we go. So burn time 2 minutes 41 seconds. Node in a minute. Oh, let's start the burn then. Right on time. And away we go. Valentina is coming home, guys. And it's gonna be sweet. Oops, my mic's touched. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems for you guys. There we go. I've been having, I don't know, I don't want to say issues with my mic stand, but I get it to where I want it, but then I move it out of the way, and then when I move it back, it feels like something has changed. Don't cross the audio streams. Yeah, you don't want your mics to touch. Although this one is turned off. I'm just using it for the headphones right now. But I found out that if I do beatboxing, this mic doesn't pick it up. Or probably because of the filters that I have set up or because of the pop filter or whatever. So if I do any beatboxing, if somebody redeems that channel point reward, I'm gonna have to do it into this microphone. Hopefully the quality's not too bad. Or, you know, I'll feel bad that I charged you 25 grand to do a bad beatbox. All right, it is going. There's our trajectory changing. Things are going very well. Ooh, this one's got guitar. That's fun. I did find, when I first started, I found some stuff that I liked the sound of, but then it had vocals, and I'm like, I don't really want vocals. That could get distracting. This is nice. I like the guitar. I think it's a good mix. It's like you've got some electronica, you've got some guitar, you've got some more piano-y type stuff. It all just blends together in a big space science fiction mesh. Alright, so we should be coming up on our nice little tweak thing here. And there it is. Alright, that's all that we're gonna do for now. We'll do any course corrections as we get a little closer. We can unset target. And bid goodbye to Duna for now. We'll be back again someday. But for now, we're just gonna let the Dun Lab do its thing. Warp. Also, I think we're gonna have our Sentinel is gonna need to do its maneuver before this thing actually gets back to Kerbal. Good thing we have the alarm clock. I used to have to do this all manually. In fact, I still do for the transfer windows, since apparently I cannot trust the transfer window feature in the game. Okay, so there we go. We have escaped. And I will set up the change here. So where is our maneuver that we want? Can we set it up here? No. We need to set it up here. I guess we want to set a maneuver up like halfway through, right? So like maybe here. And we'll worry about it when we get there. How do I set it as a... Really? Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay then. We'll switch over to this one. Oh, that's a super nice feature. Directly switch. And we... Do you know what? Let's swing by the KSC and see if there's anything there for us. Before we get too deep into the weeds here, there might be some easy missions we can rack up some extra money. Alrighty. Plant a flag, extract ore from Duna, and deliver it to Ike. Oh, that sounds miserable. Parasatellite, yeah, none of those are happening. We'll just go ahead and warp to next. Watch the beautiful planetarium as it goes. Man, that gap to Joule is so daunting. Even if it's not really that much more delta V, it just feels like it's a huge distance. Which is one of the things that concerns me about doing a Joule mission. You have to... If you have a problem, you're stuck out there. Or you could just get completely... It's 4 years of travel to get to Joule. Yeah. So if there's any problems, you're not going to be able to send fuel or anything. You're just going to have to figure it out yourself, which is why we're going to be sending, I want to say 3 separate vessels. We're going to send a station. We're going to send a lander craft. And we're going to send a scanning thing, the resource scanning satellite thing. Okay, and now we are going to burn a retrograde. Our apoapsis is nice and lined up. So yeah, so once Val is back, that's when we'll start planning our Joule mission. So we can actually do that once we know where all our Kerbals are. And then we can do a couple of interim missions as we wait for the time to arrive. All right, so this part is done. Perfect. Now we're going to switch to this one. We can actually delete the Sphere of Influence change, actually. Need that. We're going to be doing a maneuver instead. In fact, while we're here, why don't we make that maneuver now, since we have some time? All right, so maneuver, where are you? So let's see how this looks. Oop. Okay, like we got it. Yeah, that'll work. Turn that down a bit. It's a little bit much. Okay, what is this? Ooh, moon encounter. Uh-oh. Causing trouble, Mun? Causing trouble. There we go. No trouble. It's all good. Get a nice equatorial trajectory here. And look at that. That's beautiful. So that'll get us right into the atmosphere. We'll be coming in really hot. It's going to be great. I'm excited. And let's go ahead and warp to that. The burn time is only 20 seconds, so we should be good. So there's 2 out of 13. Just wait. So the great thing about this game is even if it's 4 years of travel for the Kerbals, as Urban Venture says is the case for a Joule mission, it's like 10 minutes for us, if that. Okay, so we're coming up on our maneuver here. And then we will do the maneuver, and then we will see where we're at then. Oh, and we've mapped some asteroids and gotten 123,000. Excellent. Okay. Let us aim. Get ready to rock. We want to focus on Kerbin so we can see what the results are. I think we'll just start going for it now. Like, what is the difference 20 seconds is gonna make this far out in deep space? Actually, that's a great question. Is interplanet, not interstellar space, but interplanetary space, is that considered deep space, or do you have to be like deep space? Because I would think that anything that is between planets would be deep space if you're not in any particular orbit. But that I don't know, for sure. I'm not an astro guy. I just play Kerbal Space Program and really like it. All right, so now we want the Kerbin encounter. That is our next one. And then we'll head back to the KSC for a second, check on any extra missions we might have. And then we're almost there. Val is coming home, guys. And she's probably excited to go to Joule. She just spent a bunch of time out in Duna, and she wasn't one of the unlucky ones that got stuck out by Eve. All right. Extract ore from Gilly, deliver it to Eve. That's a one-way trip. Yep. Rescue Magtop from orbit of the Mun. That could be a good one, but 110, huh? That's probably worth it. That's such a pain in the butt to have to do, though. I'm waffling, guys. I don't know. Urban says, I think deep space is a term like open water. It can describe many things. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's like open water. It's like if you are out of sight of land, are you in open water? Can you be in open water but still see land? I don't know. It's not a technical term, I suppose. Yeah, we'll take it. Why not? No rush. I could do these off stream too, so I don't bore you guys with rescue missions. Maybe that'll be my special Saturday. Do like a bunch of rescue missions. Okay. Back to the alarm. 79 days to go here. And we have hit 8 o'clock where I live. 8 p.m. I guess I should be a little more specific. It is the evening here in the US. And go to map and warp. There's somebody on the other side of the world is saying, no, it's 8 a.m. It's the morning here where I live. Yes, that's true, but I don't live there. And it is approaching my bedtime, which is why I'm bringing it up. Oh, Emmykin's back. Hi, Emmykin. You didn't miss much, don't worry. And oh, we can see it on the map. We see Mun. We don't see Minmus. It's too small, I think. Maybe we can see it from here. Nope, it is too small to see. Oh, maybe we can see the twinkling if we look really hard, because it should be somewhere out here. Oh, was that it? I think it might be up here, but I'm sure the quality is even worse on your guys' screen, so you'd have an even harder time seeing it. It's fine. We'll get a good look at it as we close in. So we want to now... Wait, what happened here? Uh-oh. The sphere of influence changed everything. Yeah, about that. We're gonna have to fix that a bit. There we go. Ooh, this is a fun one. This kind of got like a prog rock thing going on. I only say it's prog rock because it has the electric organ. That's not a good way to categorize music, I don't think. It has a guitar in it. That means it's rock. That's not always true. All right, periapsis, we're gonna set that, say 5 minutes. That'll, oh, not 55. 5 minutes, that'll give me enough time. And so Minmus should be here. Yeah, we just can't see it. Well, what happens if we warp? There's Mun. No sign of Minmus. Oh, there goes Mun. Oh, this is cool. Like watching. Oh, we might actually come in hot on over the KSC. That would be amazing. Talk about lucky timing. We'll do the rest manually. Yeah, this is pretty dang lucky. Although, I say that, we could easily come in over the mountains, which is unlucky. But hopefully we'll stop short a bit, land in the water. This is good landing music, I think. It's like, we're coming home, guys. It's been 6 years, but Valentina is back, and she brought Navy with her. And I believe she'll hit... Let's see, she's planted flag on the Mun, planted flag on Minmus, orbit around the sun, planted a flag on Duna. And I want to say she's planted a flag on Ike as well. So that should definitely get her up to rank 4. Oh, should probably separate here. And there we go. Let the heat shield do some work. Yeah. That is one toasty heat shield. See how fast the ablator burns off. Not that fast. We probably could have cut out a little bit. But I never know how bad it's going to be coming in at interplanetary speeds. It's probably more useful for something like Eve. Or... Okay, let me think about this, because there's really only 2 planets that have a sizable atmosphere. Jool excluded, obviously, because can't land there. Kerbal and Eve. Eve has the thicker one. So, how useful is a heat shield in general? Or at least the ablative heat shields. They seem pretty limited in where and when you can use them. We'll have to keep an eye on how much we're burning here. We could probably cut out a good 600 of the ablator stuff. That would save us some weight. All right, there we go, yeah. So we used about 130, it looks like. And we're gonna be coming down in the water, thank goodness. Heat shields are best for very high speed re-entry. I think, wasn't I going about 35 meters per second, or 3,500 meters per second? Maybe I wasn't going as fast as I thought. But yeah, it just seems like, why would you ever need that much ablator? Because I've never found myself burning through all of it. Ever. Even in the most high-speed returns. Capsule would have popped. Yeah, the shield I understand, but the ablator, though. Like, it holds up to 800, but I've never used 800. Okay. So maybe we need to give... My issue with going to Eve, aside from the obvious fact that it's a pain in the butt to get there, is getting back. So landing a ship there that is able to get you back. Because anyone can land a ship on Eve, that part's easy. But how do you land something on Eve that can then take off from Eve and return? I'll have to watch some YouTube videos or something. Urban has had to stage heat shields in Eve atmosphere just to get more ablator. Oh. Okay. That's good info. And some debris is going to go splash down. Not a problem. All right, we are going to take this opportunity here to make sure everything is working well with the stream. Looks good to me. Anything else going on? Do-do-do. 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 Not a lot of KSP viewers tonight. Interesting. I think all the KSP guys are in Europe, Urban. It's 45 viewers right now from what I see. I will keep these stats in mind. All right, so Urban says lots of stages, fueling it up when you get there, and literally dropping everything that you're not using. KSP's been quiet the last couple weeks. Interesting. I wonder what the deal is. So yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind for the Jool stuff. Like, I get the basic idea. Like, you need to land as much as possible, fill it up, and then launch, and then stage it as efficiently as possible. I don't know, though. It just seems like the design specs are going to be a nightmare to set up properly. A game that just came out that's occupying people's time. Well, yeah, Elden Ring did just come out, so that could be a thing. People are really digging that game. It looks fun. It reminds me a lot of Breath of the Wild, but Dark Souls, which I think is kind of what they were going for. All right. Turned home from flyby of Ike, from orbit, from flyby, and from orbit of Duna. Beautiful. So way to go, ladies. Let's get you back to the KSC. And we'll see how much science we snagged from Duna. Okay, yep. Loading. Loading. Music. Also loading. There it goes. 2200. So I think that completes the research tree. Let's go ahead and knock out. Well, maybe not. So we'll get experimental science. We'll get electrics. We'll grab high speed, high altitude. Okay, so we're not quite there. We still have a little bit. We need 1,550. So we need about 1,000. Plant flag on Duna. Rescue. Ooh, okay, there's another rescue mission. Science data from space around Gilly. We can actually get that. Orbit of Minmus. Kerbal orbit. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of rescue stuff on Saturday, I think. Or maybe on Wednesday. We'll see. And then science data from space around Gilly we can grab as well. I think. Yeah. So yeah. 200 grand. 141. 76. 82. Nice. Good stuff. All right, time to upgrade. Let's spend some good money upgrading the administration building. We're going to be using that for more to turn the science into money. Elden Ring is where everybody's at. Yeah, that's fair. It did just come out and people really like those Dark Souls games. I'm not going to be too butthurt about it. Although I feel like if I was playing it, like nobody would care. We've talked about this, right? Like if you're playing a saturated game and you're a small guy and nobody's gonna care. But at the same time, if you're playing an obscure game, no one's gonna notice. So you have to balance them. All right, let's hit up all of our science bases and grab as much science as we can. I like this one. This has kind of like a beat to it. Like a undertone. That's not the word. I don't know music. It's got a bass line, maybe? Is that a word? I mean, I know it's a word, but I don't know if it's appropriate in this situation. Okay. Let's transmit some science. Okay. It's playing catch up with the science, I guess. There it goes. It's done. And there we go. All right. So that one is done. We'll swing by the Min Station and the Min Base. Urban Venture scrolled for 10 pages on Elden Ring, I assume, and no one has less than 100 views. Chances of being found in there would be very low. Yeah. It's like the rich get richer, right? So all I have to do is get really, really rich, and then we'll be good. Also, how was that tutorial coming along that you said you were working on? I know I also said I was working on a KSP video, but I have a regular job also that I have to go to. Oh, tomorrow's the 1st of the month too. So sad. I'm sure I'll be fine. All right, so we're not even in range of the KSC. Let's rectify that. So here's our rescue victim, or whatever. Science is still going. Okay, transmit data. And there's that, 244 science. Back to the KSC. You're doing thumbnails? Ooh, you're gonna have it released tonight? Oh, I look forward to that. I'll have to check it out in the morning when I'm working. Although are you streaming tomorrow? I never can keep your schedule straight. It probably hasn't changed, but I don't know. Nothing, nope. Nothing there. Nothing happened in the last 5 minutes. You had to split it into 3 parts? Oh my goodness. Well, maybe that'll be better. Get more chances for the algorithm to scoop you up. Eve Station. Oh, we were gonna do something with Gilly, weren't we? Gilly lander is orbiting Gilly right now. So we're gonna swing by and we're going to transmit a crew report. Loading screens. Kind of getting a little crazy. All right, crew report, transmit, and money in the bank, 73 grand. All right, I think we can just switch over to the Eve Station from here. Here we are. All right, how much science do we have? Ooh, we're full. Transmit it out then, if you're so full. Okay. And there we go. Another 500 science, and I think that'll be enough to finish. Not quite. Almost. I think if we swing by the min base, we'll have enough. 3 15-minute videos is better than one 45-minute video. It depends. I like to watch longer videos, but that might just be me. I guess I'm trying to kill a lot more time than I am trying to learn anything in particular. All right. One more batch of science and we'll be good to go. That's going to be the min base. Okay, here we go. As soon as it loads. These loading scenes or screens are starting to worry me a little bit. Transmit science, yes. And done. Okay. Let's get some extra science going. Load it up. Process. I think we got room for another 50 science in there. And that should be it. So we can go ahead and complete the tech tree and then we'll switch over to selling off the science for extra funds. So what are the subjects of the 3 videos, or is it like part 1, part 2, part 3? Science data from Space Ram Mimus. Yes, I'll take that. So let's unlock the last bits.
Excellent!
We did it, chat. We unlocked the whole tech tree. Now, obviously, we haven't purchased every part, which is going to be ridiculously expensive. But no, we don't want open source tech. We want no. Research rights sellout? Is that the one? No. 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 Patent slicing, that's the one. So it takes 5%, takes 100% science gains, yields extra funds for every 1 unit of science, and it requires how much science? 2,700 science to set up. Ooh, okay. Well then, we might have to not go all in on that one just yet. But hey, we no rush, right? We've got plenty of money. I don't plan on upgrading these until I have more money. 3 parts showing off. Oh, this is the Cal controller one. Right. All right, that'll be fun. I look forward to that. Oh, this still hasn't been upgraded. What the heck? I guess I've never gone above 255 parts. That's fully upgraded. Yeah, everything else I think is fully upgraded. So just the runway, the spaceplane hangar, and then the VAB needs to get upgraded. All right, then that's it. I beat the game. Yeah, we do have a couple of rescues we need to do, but there's no rush on that just yet. Oh, science data from Space Realm Miss we could do real quick. That is the Min station. Yep. No, that's the Eve station. Min station is up here. All right, what is this one called? This is called Space Hunter. It has a dark mood. I can feel that. It's really fascinating to me how music can have a mood. What the heck is this? There we go. All right. My Alt key was stuck on for some reason. And I don't think there's any science. Yeah, so we'll just do a crew report. True. We can process that. Nice. We'll do another crew report and we'll transmit it. That'll hook us up with some extra fundage. Beautiful. And now we can do something. I guess we'll design some Joule stuff, right? Let me bust out the Delta V map. Delta V map. So according to the Delta V map, it is going to take about 900. So with the whatchamacall, the inclination change, get out my calculator here. So 980 plus 270 for the inclination change. It's about 1250 for the transfer alone, and then 160 the capture around Joule, and then I think we're going to be setting up shop around Val, so that's going to be another 1,000, 1,400-ish, 1,500-ish Delta V to circularize around Val. Wow. Okay, well, gotta do what you gotta do, right? Let's get designing. And this will probably be the rest of the stream for this evening. And we're gonna start from semi-scratch here. So I think, let's see. I guess Untitled Eve Station is what we're still going with. So this is the latest design. It is not. I need to swap this around. All right, so let's take the lessons that we've learned from the issues we've had with the Eve Station itself. So the arms are fine. I can work with the arms. I think this, we just want to have a bigger tank. Bigger tank, bigger tank. I guess that's the next size up, huh? Oh, you know what? I mean, what am I even doing? Oh, this is fun. Kind of funky. All right. I think we take this off. Uh-oh. Okay, so grab that. Get rid of that. We're just gonna get rid of this whole thing. And we'll grab a big fuel tank. Oh, right. Okay, that's not ideal. Ooh, this is kind of funky. I like it. All right, so let's say we go with that. Then we want the radial attachment pieces. This is good VAB music too. But we don't really want it to be on all four like that. Okay. So if I remove this from symmetry and get rid of it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Oh, we have the Rockomax thing now. Is that worth using? Probably. It's really good. It's like a solid piece of equipment. All right, so let's ditch these radial decouplers or attachment points. And we're gonna switch to using the adapter bits. Not the big one, I don't think. That's too big. It's this one. No, that's too small. It's, the heck is it? There it is. I think we do it like this. If I can get it working. Nice, nice. We add those on there. Then we add the docking ports. Like that. And that. Looks good to me. Although I think I want these to be other way. Yeah, that works. All right, and then we add on another adapter for the bottom, and there you have it. Beautiful. Throw on a couple of these to keep balance, and then finally add on the arms. That's not quite gonna work, is it? We need to do it like that. Ah, we're talking. Okay, so the main thing... Oop, these aren't on straight. Let's move them down a little bit more. Okay, then. I think that's gonna work. All right, is there anything else? Is there any reason we'd want to change how this looks that anybody can think of off the top of their head? Aside from, you know, it doesn't have enough delta V, so we need to change it. Yeah, so this is going to be called Joule 1. I guess we could add on the extra science that we've learned, which is going to be the gravioli. Give me the formuoli. And we don't need seismic. I think that's all we can do in orbit, so we'll leave that as is. We've got the relay, we've got the power. And as always, we can tweak the launch stage if we need to. I guess my main concern is, like I said, with Delta V. Let's say we launch sea level 2000, an extra 900 left over in this lower rocket, and thrust to weight has now gone negative, or 0.98, which isn't quite good for us. The only thing I can think of would be scaling these down a bit, but then, you know, we're losing fuel, right? Isn't necessarily what you want to be doing. And wait, it's still 0.98 because nothing actually changed there. Huh. Okay, we might want to, yeah, we may have to rethink our whole launch stage then. And also, what the heck are these for? Get rid of those. Weird. That must have been for an earlier design. All right, let's just get rid of this. We'll start. The Poodle, I think we want to switch to because that's more efficient, right? Wait, is that not the Poodle? That's the Skiff. All right, so the Poodle gives us thrust, or gives us ISP of 350 in a vacuum, versus the Skiff, which gives us 330 in a vacuum. But, oh, you know what? It actually might be, okay, so we're in a vacuum. 2997 versus 30. Okay, so the Poodle is in fact the superior engine here. Ooh, I like the single bell design. That's pretty good. Let me throw on a decoupler. Looking good, looking good. Hey, Grumpy's here. Grumpy. What were you streaming? What were you streaming? I didn't even see that you went live. You must have gone live after I did, or I would have got the alert. Star Sector, yes. Were you doing more Zero to Hero behind the scenes stuff today? Okay. We are currently designing a new space station that's going to take us to Jewel. In case you're wondering what is going on today. We just got back from Duna. Our most senior pilot, Valentina, returned from a 6-7 year mission to Duna, which is the Mars analog in the game. And now we're prepping for a mission to the Jupiter analog, which is called Jewel. And I am currently attempting to design a space station that will also serve as a ship that's going to take a bunch of Kerbals there. And I'm just now realizing that we haven't had a mission to send anything to Jewel at all, which is kind of curious. Ooh, you were doing a Luddic Path playthrough? Is that supported by anything, or were you just kind of self-imposed challenge type thing? How much Delta V does this thing have? 3169.
69, dudes!
All right, so this launches, so 3,169. That's enough to do what we need it to do, I think. Oop, forgot this is the thing. All right, what does this have to say? Parachute missing, empty crew cabins, that's fine. You know what? I don't need both these crew cabins, do I? I can actually ditch this whole assembly and just swap this out like this. There we go. Now we have a little bit more wiggle room. We could consider putting extra docking ports, I guess. Ooh. Throat just got really dry all of a sudden. Hang on. The weather is warming up here, but it's still very dry. Self-imposed, start as a pather. You can only trade with them. And Grumpy appreciates the funny number, as I'm sure most people do. So we could add an extra junior size docking port to hold probes or something. So yeah. It's fully extended. That works. Shouldn't interfere with the signals at all. I mean, I don't think the game simulates that, but if we were going to use it as a concern, it shouldn't be a problem. So what do we do with this section here? I wonder. I guess one option would be, I think we finally unlocked the docking port senior. There it is. The senior. And then we could use something like the adapter again. Well, I don't know if I like that design though. Maybe we just use this thing? No, that's too big now. Unfortunate. There's not really a good way to do what I'm trying to do, although I do like that orange. That's a very nice orange. What I was thinking was we add some extra fuel to the side. But I would want to eject that, I think. And also that's not super aerodynamic. So maybe we just throw extra docking ports and we can just add whatever we want and call it good. All right, so it goes. So Grumpy, when are you gonna play some KSP? I can totally help you if you want to try to get into it. I know it looks complicated, but the stuff that I'm doing is pretty advanced. And I just completed the tech tree like 10 minutes ago. All right, so this is 2900 Delta V, which according to the Delta V map is probably not actually enough. Well, okay, so it's about 1500 to get into circularized orbit, plus 160. So that's like 1700 plus another 1000. So we need 2700. We're cutting it close. It's not ideal, I'll give it that. But we could always have some extra fuel attached somewhere. Oh wait, we have balls. We could just use the balls. Urban loves the balls. I mean, these are baguettes, but they're basically balls. Isn't it enough that I got Kerbal to play? I'm trying to force. I'm not trying to force anybody to play. I just think it's a fun game that everybody should try. These people can play of their own accord. I'm not forcing anyone to do anything against their will. All right. The one option would be to attach like detachable fuel pods. If we wanted to do that. Okay. Thank you, game. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to take the battery out. Let's move this up. I mean, okay. I think this is fine. What we need to do now, though, is design a good mid-stage that can get us the rest of the way there. And to that end, I think we have a good start with this thing. Let's say we're in a vacuum. And I took it away from you because you were clearly not gonna learn how to play. We've had this conversation several times about different games, and that if you don't get it right away, you don't seem to ever get it, so it's not worth it. Wait, what is this thing? There's a silver baguette? I love it. It's so much cleaner. How did I not know about this? Too late. I'm not going to use it. And we want a skipper, I think, for this. Or maybe, nah. It's between a skiff and a skipper. That's mean. Oh, this was like years ago. And Emmykins doesn't really like games that much. So if she doesn't like it right away, I don't try to like force the issue. Okay. So what is our delta V on this? Not great. But do we need a mainsail for this? Perhaps we do. Yeah. So the skipper's not going to cut it for a mid-stage. But now that just means we can add more fuel to the center. Like so. 1.5 isn't... I mean, 1.5 is way overkill, honestly. Well, okay. Let's consider this. The skipper has a efficiency rating of 310 in a vacuum. The skipper has a rating of 320 in a vacuum. And the thrust is... It's tough. Well, the skipper's a lot lighter, though. Yeah, I found games that Emmykins likes. It's just... You have to really... It has to be a very specific kind of game. This thing is too tall, isn't it? I mean, it's not any taller than it was. And it doesn't have the things on the side now, so maybe it's better in that regard. I don't know. Alright, we'll just keep rolling with it for now. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity for us to use the big boy stuff. And that is going to be our new big tanks. That one. Are there no adapters for the... Oh, here they are. Yes. Big rockets. And then we want a big ol' fuel tank. Holy cow. That's even bigger than I was expecting. What the heck? That's not the right size. What is this? What is this size even going to? That doesn't seem to sync up with anything. This thing. Oh boy. Okay. So I need 2 adapters to go from 2.5 to whatever the heck size this thing is. Which is just outrageous overkill. What the heck? Alright. Yep. I guess we're doing this now. Is this maybe a different, better sized tank? Yeah, that's much better. I don't need the monster one. We don't need the bad dragon rocket. There we go. Do a nice orange color. Looks good. And then we can grab this one. All right, that looks good. We'll put that on the bottom. Better. And then whatever the heck this is. Oh, no, that's the wrong size. All right, so we do not want to use that. Ooh. You like the name Dragon. For what? Are you in the wrong chat again? All right. Kodiak. Or was that the name of something? That is super tiny. What the heck? What is this even for? How about... This is my first time really playing around with these big rockets, so... Just, oh. Okay, that just fits right on there, doesn't it? Looks good. Alright, so how much thrust to weight does that give us at sea level? A lot, but not that much. I think we might actually need... Oh, you said you'd... Oh, okay, yeah. I did mention a dragon. That's a different thing. It's a very, very different thing. All right, let's slap another one of these guys on there. How are we looking now? 1.39. Okay, I can work with that. Then we just need a radial decoupler. Just 2 will be fine. I'm gonna slap some solid rocket boosters on there. Some nice big boys. Clydesdale. I like that. That sounds good. Sounds strong. Looks strong. Looks a little bit overkill, honestly. I don't think we need the Clydesdale. How about the kickback? Kickback might be too small, though. How about the thoroughbred? That looks even more biggerer. Now I gotta try to move it. Yeah, bad dragon is a special kind of dragon. Thank you, Diabolique. And that looks good. I'll slap a friendly little nose cone on there. Wrong size. Right size. Looks good. Ooh, it even comes in orange. I like it. A Clydesdale is a type of horse, yes. I think the naming convention for the larger SRBs is like horses. So Clydesdale, thoroughbred. I don't know what a Pollux is. And then the kickback. I mean, the naming schemes are kind of all over the place. Okay. So we want all of our engines to light on the first stage. We can actually turn down the thrust here. I think 1.3 is a place that I found is pretty solid. And also keep in mind, and I should probably put a docking port on this thing, so we can fill up the transfer booster. So here's the current plan is this thing launches. This is our get off the ground stage. We transition to our transfer stage, which is meant to get us to Joule, and then we ditch it. And then this is supposed to get us to Val, and then we circularize around Val. Because the ultimate goal is to put this thing... It's so tall, though. I don't like it. I don't like when my rockets are this tall. I always worry it's gonna flop around. Get off the ground. It'll get off the ground. It's fine. And hi, alien. How is your mass effect? Or as I like to call it, ass effect, because it's ass. She looks kind of fun. I might have to play it at some point. Okay. Also, ass effect is something else. Don't Google that. And then we will use the launch clamps. Where the heck are launch clamps? Interstructural? They are interstructural. All right, so the whole thing takes off. It wobbles around a lot. because it's so tall. All right, how do we, realistically, how can we prevent that? Is it even possible? The only thing I can think of is to replace this engine here with the larger engine. Why don't we try that? We just grab one of these fellas. And the issue then is, of course, going to be, what engine do we use? Is Ass Effect the Mass Effect porn parody? I think it is, yeah. Also, everybody use your Pigman emotes while they're hot. I minted them. They're hot off the presses. They're beautiful and cute. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Star Chat emote, which will be coming as soon as... Why did the music stop again? Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to download all that this weekend when I get a chance. Because it seems to freeze at weird, inopportune times. So this is the Mastodon. What the heck is this thing's deal? The Rhino. Yeah. I like it, the Rhino. It's so powerful sounding. Rhino, good engine. I like it. And then we'll slap the coupler, I guess. ED37, 3.75. Sounds good. Hey, lurking time. She's got to eat. All right. So, here is the plan. Also, Grumpy, if you're the Pigman is horrifying and you love it. Yeah, thanks. I hate it. I mean, you've seen the original picture, right? I think I posted it in the Discord. I don't remember. If I didn't, let me know and I'll rectify that. Yeah. So it was Urban Venture who suggested that I add the color to it. And I tried to keep it as solid as possible, so I just used the pink and the brown for the eyelashes, or the eyebrows. And it's now just a great replacement Kappa emote, right? Yeah, so detach. Oh no, this should detach right away. Detach, detach, launch. And detach and launch. So let's check the delta V on that. So this is going to be at sea level. And we switch, and then we're in a vacuum at some point. Yeah, that should be plenty. The only other thing that I think I would want would be some kind of control. Use the advanced reaction wheel there. How about some RCS too? That can't hurt. If we look at our center of mass, it's right there, which is makes sense, yeah. Although I don't like it. Yeah, no, never mind. No RCS. It's just gonna cause trouble. Right. So my point was, Grumpy, I've switched music providers. So let me know if it sounds good on your end. Everybody else has already kind of said yes, but I like to check to make sure everything is working properly. Or if you notice any songs that seem to be out of place. We've already scratched one off the list, but I'm keeping my ears open here. All right, we've got science experiments. Oh, you know what we could do? Yeah, we don't really need a science junior, do we? We'll put that on a different ship, like a probe or something. Okay. We don't need any of these. You like the music? You thought it was from KSP? No, it's not. KSP has does have some music, but it gets very repetitive because there's only a handful of songs. Okay. Science, we're good on science. Communications, I guess we could upgrade to the biggest relay. That's probably a good idea. Although I'd hate to, you know, spend so much weight on these big dishes. All right, I think it's time we used a radial attachment. As much as I don't trust them, now that we know what kind of shenanigans they can cause. In this case, though, I think it looks better. Okay. Looks good. All right, Urban, anything else? Hey, Clown Fiasco. You are back, and you are watching me while you play yourself. It's a good time, isn't it? It's always nice to watch someone kind of experiencing it while you're experiencing it. It's like you're playing together, but separately. You can't see anything missing. Yeah, you're watching on a tiny screen, right? We don't need thermal. We don't need... I guess we'll just go through the list. So fuel tanks. Everything looks good to me. Except the engines keep getting rearranged for some reason. So 1.25 is probably okay. It's 1.15. Oof. That might not be... it's fine. 0.15 is good. No, that needs to be on the first stage. It's 1.15. And then... what's going on here? Reset. Let's fix this. So these launch. Then this detaches, and then for some reason, the game does not recognize these as being separate. And then this detaches and should fire that. And then this detaches and should fire that. All right, I'm actually gonna shift this around a little bit. We're gonna make this thing aesthetically pleasing. Ooh. Okay, let's grab the actual bit here. Looks slightly better. Put up a little bit more. Oh, this one is off center now. Why does this keep happening? All right, there we go. Looks good. You're experimenting with the cowl controller. Well, you're in luck because Urban Venture is actually putting out a series of tutorials. He's working on those right as we speak. So if you have any questions, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer them. Unless you know, you're an expert or something, in which case carry on then. Also, do I want to put an ore tank? Probably not. So I think we're good on fuel tanks. As far as the upper stage goes, that's done as far as I'm concerned. These mid stages, of course, could have a little more room for improvement. All right, I'm rethinking the lower stage here, and I think I want to go with the liquid fuel. So we're gonna grab some nice fuel tanks. It's a nice big one we could use. Too small, too big. Where are the regular sized ones? I mean, it looks crazy to be using a 2.5 meter as a side tank, but it's fine. We'll use the skipper for this. Drop down. Yeah, this isn't a situation, I don't think, where I need to use asparagus staging. I think at this point that would just be too complicated. All right, and then we put the aerodynamics on top. Ah, now it looks good. And we want to use some fuel hoses, like so. Perfect. Let's make sure these are looking good. All right, so we're at sea level. We burned through apparently 489 delta V, which doesn't seem like very much, so we may actually want to increase the fuel capacity. Pilot Fiasco says there's no limit to what is possible. Those are real words of wisdom there. I think that's something we can all take to heart as we go about our lives. There's no limit to what is possible. And that really matches with the music here. It's telling me it's time to do yoga. So 1.12, very low, but it should get us off the ground. And then we still have 1.17, and that gets us up to 2,200 meters per second. Is this just going to be a more booster situation, guys? I'd hate for it to end up that way, but that might be the direction that we're going in. All right. You know what? I say, let me flap some docking port juniors on here, and we'll see if we can get this thing, let's say, docking port junior. And we'll see if we can't get this thing into a nice solid orbit around Kerbal. How does that sound? Are you guys ready? You know what? All this talk of spoons, Grumpy, reminds me. I was watching a stream last night, or it was yesterday morning, I think, sometime yesterday, and somebody brought up spoon theory. And I want you guys to think about this. It's called spoon theory, and if you know what it is, don't answer. So anyone who doesn't know what spoon theory is, I want you to try to guess what it is in the chat. Don't Google it, that's cheating. Okay, so this is like this so we can fuel it up later if we want. And I think Valentina, our most senior and most experienced pilot, should have the honor of putting the Joule 1 into orbit. Our latest, most advanced station design. And I just want to do a quick once over before we do this. Oh, we should add the cargo, huh? We'll add that. We will add an EVA repair kit. We will add some docking ports. We will add some fuel hoses, because you never know. They don't weigh that much anyway. There we go. Spoons like in spoonerism. Sure. Yeah. Are we living in a giant spoon? I mean, it spoons all the way down, right? There we go. Looks a little bit better. Check the action groups here. Target angle? Is that right? No, that's not what I want. Get out of here. Okay, so no, we do not want that to toggle. So we want this to toggle hinge. And then 2, we want to extend, and then 3, we want to retract. All right, that looks good. Oh, did I miss, I missed effusive stoicism. Oh, okay, you have the same color name as somebody else, so I got confused. But no, it has nothing to do with spoonerism, which I don't know anything about. So there. I think we're gonna swap out these old batteries. We're gonna close that up, and we're going to put the round batteries down here because I think it'll look better for, I mean, does it look better? It looks about the same. There we go. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And what else? What else? What else? I mean, I can only work on this thing for so long before I have to call it and launch it, right? Got 4 docking ports up top. It's got the 2 docking port juniors for refueling. It's got the relays. It's got the solar panels. I don't think it needs anything else. Doesn't need aerodynamics, doesn't need payload capacity. Doesn't need any more coupling. Size 1.5 decoupler. What the heck is this thing? This is just a... Does this do something that the other one doesn't do? It's the same as the... No? What the heck, what is this thing? The same as the 1.8 decoupler. That's weird. Why would you ever use that? Okay, so nobody is even close on spoon theory. Spoon theory is this idea that every day you get a certain amount of spoons. It's some kind of discipline or motivational technique. You get a certain amount of spoons, and every time you do something, it costs 1 spoon. I guess it's like energy in a mobile game. Like you only get so much per day, and then anytime you do something, it costs a spoon. And then once you've used all the spoons, you don't have to do anything else for the rest of the day. Urban knows about spoon theory? Okay, well, there you go. Alright, that is that. Those are good. That breaks off. Everything looks good. So the only concern that we might have is that it could flip, but I guess this is one of the situations where we need to do some auto strutting. So we will go ahead and do that. Auto strut. Auto strut. Auto strut. That should be good. I guess we should auto strut everything. Auto struts to grandparent parts. There we go. And I guess it could be worth auto strutting anything else, or at least the yeah, that stuff should be good, and everything else below should be pretty sturdy. They teach this when you take your dog to behavior class. You know what? I know nothing about it other than it uses spoons like mobile game energy. That's all that I know. I don't know who decides how many spoons you get or what you do with the spoon when you use it. Okay, so Valentina, are you ready? Oh, it's after 9 o'clock. What the heck? All right, we're gonna launch this and then we'll wrap it up for the night. How does that sound, guys? You guys have been sitting here for an hour watching me fiddle around with a basically completed space station. Let's get this show on the road. game is having a fun time loading this. Are you okay, game? All right, beautiful. Full throttle. We're ready to rock. Look at this beautiful beast. All right, Valentina. All of Kerbal kind is ready for you to launch whatever this thing is. So let's go ahead and do it. Here. Okay, I'm just testing everything real quick. Yep, solar panels open. Solar, you want to see more space combat? Yeah, we're getting there. We're still a few hundred years before that part of Kerbal history. All right, everything looks like it works the way I wanted it to, so no more excuses. Let's launch. And we're off. Look at it go. Look at it wobbling. Thanks, Kerbals. I love when the whole thing wobbles like a weeble. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can I change the control point, please? Game. It's I hate this part. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to wrangle it in. Trying to. Yeah, this has happened before. Don't worry, guys. I am a pro. Yep. Okay, just hold it steady, Valentina. You got this. Yeah, it does this sometimes. This is what I was afraid of, actually. Although it has not done this in a while because of the design philosophy change. But and there goes that. All right. Abort? Maybe not. I mean, probably, but maybe not. I mean, the most expensive piece of Kerbal equipment ever is about to get destroyed because it couldn't stop wobbling. What the heck is even happening here? Auto strut? I did auto strut, but I think it has something to do with this thing, which, as always, is the culprit in these situations. All right, well, hopefully we didn't destroy the launch pad at least. Yeah, this isn't going to get us to space, is it? Even if it does, we're just going to have a very expensive paperweight that we can't even refuel. I mean, at this point, what can I even do? Like, I think we just need to bail out. And out you go. Goodbye, expensive piece of Kerbal equipment, wherever you are. I don't even know where it went. But she's just gonna go ahead and bail out. F3? What does F3 do? With the big bay window sitting right on top, a bird strike would ruin my entire ascent. A+ Kerbal stream. Well, listen, guys. Goodbye, Jewel 1. We'll try again with Jewel 2 on Wednesday. Don't worry. Valentina will be fine. She's got to shoot. I'm more concerned about all the money that we just blew on a pile of scrap. All right, Valentina, let's drop the chute here. I'm so glad they added parachutes for Kerbals. Back in the old days, yeah, you better hope for the best, because there was no... I mean, you could get lucky and bounce, but other than that, gives a report of damage. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did hear explosions, but I think it was just the debris crashing into the ground. I don't think it did any damage to the actual KSC. All right, so the problem was the wobbling, which was one of the things I was very afraid of. And the only real... With a square parachute, you might be able to glide back to KSC. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We're gonna see when it opens up how much glide we get. Can I adjust this? I had no tail fins. I don't think that was the problem. I think it was the wobbling. Because basically what was happening was the top was wobbling and trying to reorient itself, which was causing even more problems. And then the other problem was, I think I need some separatrons for the side boosters, because the side boosters then collided with the center stack, knocking the middle engine out of commission. All right, let's fly back to KSC in style. Woo! These parachutes are so much fun. So anyway, yeah, that was that. This is what happens when you play with no reverts. Your prototype is your test, and if it fails, well, so be it. All right, so we're gonna cruise back to the KSC. I should have bailed out earlier, honestly, but I think getting the debris over the water was probably a better idea. In fact, it looks like some of it might have splashed down, which would be pretty impressive. We might be able to recover some of it. And again, we have plenty of money. That's not an issue. It's more about the principle of the thing. So what is the issue here, do we think? I think we might have to ditch the hub max. I think that's what's causing the problem. Because, and the sound went out again. Hold on. Come on, music. There we go. So what the hub max is doing is it's making a skinny part. And I've had this before with the structural tubes, right? Or if you have it goes big, small, big, that causes wobble. And maybe the way to fix that is with rigid attachment, I suppose. That might work. But we'll have to test that out on Wednesday, because it's way past my bedtime. And by way, I mean 20 minutes. All right, Valentina, come on. Bring us home with your big old parachute. We might just land her in the water to save time. Hey, there's no real benefit of getting a Kerbal back to KSC, other than it looks cool. Rigid attachment will make it stiffer, but also make it more likely to snap. I don't think there's a problem with it potentially snapping, because it wasn't in any danger of snapping. It was just getting a little out of sync with the wobbliness. Square parachutes have an 8-to-1, 10-to-1 glide slope. So going level, you should be able to get 26,000 meters. Yeah, I'm sure I could make it, but I don't want to spend extra time when I could just dive bomb it. I mean, it's basically a big hang glider, right? Because this isn't even it's like an inflatable parachute or something. Oh no, it's got things on the front. I don't know anything about parachutes. I guess Vulcan does. I feel like Grumpy knows a thing or two about parachutes, being airborne and all. Yeah, that's interesting. The front is open, but the back is not. There must be some kind of membrane or something. Grumpy knows all about parachutes. The only parachute stuff that I'm interested in is halo jumps. That's what sounds fun to me. And by fun, I mean I wouldn't do it, but it sounds cool. Parachutes. Can't trust them as far as you can throw them. How far can you throw a parachute, Grumpy? I thought you were really high speed. You could probably chuck that thing. But I don't know how heavy they are in actuality. Probably pretty heavy. This is like just a big thing of cloth, right? All right, coming in for a landing. Ooh, Clown Fiasco wants some financial advice. And Vulcan Rider used to skydive. Neat. So financial advice. Let's see. If you are saving for retirement, which you should be, unless you're retired, in which case you probably don't need financial advice. You want to first take advantage of any tax advantage accounts that you have access to. So if you're in the US, that would be stuff like an IRA or a 401k or a 503b or C, whatever. Nonprofits have their own thing that they have access to, but 401k is the most normal one. And then an IRA is something that anybody can have, and it is a tax advantaged retirement account. Let's splash down here and recover. And you should be putting a good amount away every paycheck. And then obviously it's going to depend regarding Ukraine and Russia financial advice. Move away. Go live somewhere else. I don't know. But yeah, you should be saving for retirement, because if you are not, then you're not going to be able to retire unless you live in a country that, you know, gives that to you for free. So Jewel 1, how much of that did we recover? We recovered one part, I guess. Oh no. Oh wow, we recovered a lot of that. That's actually kind of impressive. We got the hitchhiker, we got the mobile processing lab, which was a big one, the lander cam, the gravioli, which is a very expensive piece. So that was pretty good. All right. So that's what we have for today. I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for showing up, everybody. I always appreciate it. I don't know if anybody is streaming anything good, but I'll send you guys over to the Coop group. They're playing Astroneer right now. Feel free to stop in and say hello. They're interesting fellas. I just kind of know them. Thanks for stream. All right, so send them some pigmen, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We're over on possibly an aliens channel. I have some interesting things to share with her, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, or Wednesday is the next Kerbal stream. So have a great night. Oh wait. Oh, I had to click ready to raid. Okay, hang on. You got 10 more seconds. Still, have a great night.